Pride. Being prideful is poison. If you think having a big jacked up truck with lights all under it, or a big $100,000 boat, or a big house, or walking around half naked with your fake boobs and all that makes you better than anyone else, you're a very prideful person. And pride is very, very dangerous. It's poison to your mind and it's poison to everybody around you. And I'm not talking about confidence, I'm talking about being prideful. And as we all know, the devil is a devil because he was prideful. He thought he could be stronger or take over God, and that's just something that is probably the worst thing you could do is be prideful. None of that matters. If you're not humble, if you don't have humility, if you're not unpretentious and understand that everybody is created equal in God's image, you have a problem. You have something mentally wrong with you to think that all that matters and that you're better than someone because you have more money or the bigger truck or the bigger boat. We all die. We all either go to heaven or hell in my beliefs. And if it's all about you, you've already lost the battle. If you're not here to serve people and to help people, then you've already lost. And I mean that with sincerity. I'm not trying to think that I'm better than anyone or that 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 I'm trying to preach and I guess think that I'm better than anyone. I don't know. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but I do know that I see it all the time. And I see what people that don't have money, people that don't have anything. They think they're just better than you for whatever reason. And I just don't understand it because we are all created equal. We are all created equal in God's image. And we are put on this earth to serve and to help others, to have humility, to be humble, to be unpretentious, to just do the right thing in life. And that's not flaunting everything because none of that shit matters whenever you die. None of it matters. If you haven't taught your kids how to be humble or taught your kids how to fish, right, as they say, make money. Like, as for me and my son, I teach him business. I'm teaching him to learn how to make money if that's what he wants to do, to grow, to be success, to have a successful business. And there's a difference between confident and prideful, right? Being confident in knowing something or knowing that you can figure something out to be successful or to be a good parent or to whatever it is, that's totally different than being prideful and think your shit don't stink or think you're better than someone else. So have humility, be humbled. I'm not saying get rid of the big truck. I know some people need big trucks to pull trailers. I understand that. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people with the jacked up trucks with lights that never even touch mud. That's a 4-wheel drive truck that never even touched mud. That's what I'm talking about. Or the $100,000 boats where you're completely in debt. And the $1 million homes where you're just constantly having to work to struggle to make these payments just for status. And the status doesn't matter because you're never going to be able to keep up. There's always going to be somebody with a bigger truck, more money. But if you have humility and you can serve and help others, that's where you find true peace, true joy in life. And I believe if you don't have that, you're a very miserable person. And, none of us are 100% perfect every day. We're not, there's things in life that happen where we have a bad day or a bad hour or a bad week or whatever. But if you're constantly struggling, trying to show off and think that you're better, the girls walking around with half naked bodies, and lust is a big problem in this world. And girls do that, then they get mad whenever guys comment stupid things or dirty things to them. But you're doing that for a reason. You want attention. Right? You want attention with the trucks and the boats and the houses and the money and the jewelry and all that. And I'm not saying it's bad to have those things. I'm saying it's bad to flaunt those and think that you're getting those just for that attention. And I really hate talking about this because people think that I'm just being, I don't know, a dick. I don't know, but I just don't get it. I don't understand why people can't just be humble and help people. Use that money to serve people, and you'll be a lot happier, you'll have true joy in your heart, true peace in your heart. And I truly believe it. And I hear it all the time. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and a podcast that I really listen to, I like him because he has a lot of guests, talks about how he's a Christian and all this stuff. But then he goes and talks about how he has his own island and his own jets and his own all this stuff because he can afford it. Hey, I get that you can afford it. And I think that's great if that's what you want to do. But in my eyes, as a guy who believes to help and serve, and I believe God thinks this way too, take that money you bought that island. You don't need that island. Take it and help somebody with it. Even though you may be helping someone, you may be giving $1 million. Why not give $10 million? Why do you got to have the island? It's for status. Why do you got to have all this? It was for status, and none of that shit matters at the end of life. None of it matters. The only thing that matters, one, is if you accept Jesus as your Savior, and two, if you're out here to serve and to help other people. That is where true joy. And this is something that took me a long time. I've never been prideful. I've been confident. I am confident in things that I do in my business, as being a father, as just doing. I'm confident because that's what it takes to build success. You have to be confident and know what you're doing is the right thing. But there's, like I say, it's different than prideful. But when you're out here and you're not helping other people and you're not serving other people, I'm telling you right now, it will change your life when you do. And that serving, like I've said in the past, that serving can be making videos to help people from things that you've been through, to maybe they won't have to deal with it, or maybe they can avoid it or get through it easier. Maybe it's donating money. Maybe it's donating time. Maybe it's going, I don't know, being a chaperone to your kid's school event. I don't know. There's so many ways to serve that you don't have to go out there and be a servant. Like my son used to have that mixed up. And I've had to really put into him that we are meant to serve and to help other people. And until you serve and help other people and have humility, you are going to be miserable. I don't care. I can promise you that people that are prideful, that have all this stuff and think their shit don't stink and they're better than the other, they're miserable people. And you know they are, because they have to have people look at them and they have to show off and they have to talk all this business whenever none of it really matters in life. None of that matters. I promise you it doesn't matter. That's serving the world and not serving God's purpose he has for you. And it's something that I've made videos in the past years ago about being prideful and being humble and having humility. And it's something that really I look for whenever I meet people. I don't want them prideful people in my life. I want people that are humble, that understand that they may be good at what they do. They may be awesome. And I've been around lots and lots of millionaires in the real estate business, done way more business than I've done. That are some of the down-to-earth, coolest people that help and serve, love their family, drive a regular old truck, live in a regular old house. You would never know that they have money, because they're humble, they're humility. They've grown up and they understand what it takes. They didn't come from money. They've earned everything they have. And that's what I instill in my son, is like, you have to earn this stuff to be grateful for it. Be grateful for what you have. You don't have to flaunt it. You don't have to be better than anybody. There's just no sense in trying to prove anything. The only thing you have to prove is to God that you love him and that you're here to do his purpose. So if that's you and you think that all this shit matters, relook at your life. And I'm not saying go sell everything. Well, maybe you should. I don't know. That's not up to me. But maybe you should relook, take a step back and take a look at your life and see, am I truly happy with all this stuff? Or is it just cool because I'm popular? This isn't a popularity contest. This isn't high school. This is real life. And people out there need help. People out there need to be served. People out there can use the advice, the money, the time, whatever it is. So have humility, be confident in what you do, but have humility doing it. And just find that true joy in your life. Change the way you think, be positive, find that peace, and get out there and just be grateful for everything you have. And we'll talk to y'all later.